welcome to Thought Garden on the Air, where we explore the stories, strategies, and skills that shape the most compelling personal brands and talented professionals today. I'm your host, Alexis Quintal, CEO and owner of Rosarium. We're a personal branding and PR firm dedicated to helping entrepreneurs, business leaders, and influencers monetize and elevate their personal brands. And so today we're speaking with Emily Stein, founder of Roll for Fitness, based in Tampa, Florida. Emily's journey with movement began at just 3 years old in a toddler dance class, and that spark has never left. Through gymnastics, dance, and eventually yoga, she discovered not only a passion for movement, but a calling. So welcome, Emily. Thanks for joining.
Happy to join you, Alexis.
So yeah, we already kind of talked about how your journey with movement started really young, but walk us through that moment in your toddler dance class and how you've evolved that into a lifelong passion.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I was always active. I just was a person that was moving. I got put into soccer, but that did not go so well. I wasn't really, I tried playing the sport, but it really wasn't for me. I took ballet, jazz, and tap as a kinesthetic person and someone that really enjoyed movement. That was something that kind of just hooked me just from as a kid.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what drew you from dance to gymnastics and yoga? And I can actually share too, when I was a kid, I was in gymnastics, I was in cheerleading. I still do yoga. Obviously, as you get older, it's harder to do those sports that really can put a lot on your body. But how have you used all this experience to launch Roll for Fitness?
Well, from being active as a kid, and then when I was in college, I got interested in yoga and specifically power vinyasa yoga, and it really just helped me connect with my body. And I ran cross country in the past, and I was a swimmer, but they were just kind of things I did when I was growing up in school. But then fast forward to college, and after graduating, I just got more into yoga, and then my parents actually were seeing a practitioner that does the active isolated stretching and yamana rolling work I do. They were seeing a practitioner and doing physical therapy. So my mom was she was doing physical therapy for a while, but it really just wasn't cutting it, and it wasn't giving her enough progress. And so I saw her they did several sessions with a trainer, and you know how physical therapy goes. You hurt yourself, you get 10 or 11 sessions, and then you're not fixed. And so
I saw off on your way.
On your way, yeah. And so I came across the modality and took a class with a teacher and just loved it for myself because it's the only modality that works your entire central nervous system. It's yamana body rolling, and it's a phenomenal way to work on your meridian lines and work on direct bone stimulation and just getting up and off the floor, even as young people, all these exercise classes and HIIT classes and just general mobility. I think we don't think about, but having the ball until you have the right education to how to use it. So.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned before we started recording, you were using it. So is it something you can just kind of use even at your desk?
Yeah, you can. No, you don't have to go to what do you mean? You don't have to go to a studio space, but ideally you have to learn how to use the balls and learn the routines. But the beauty of you work with a practitioner like myself, and you can learn the routines, or you get equipment from me and I can teach you from I've done virtual lessons. I did it during COVID.
Oh, that's great.
I do a lot of, if you don't want to leave your house and you just want to learn how to use the stretching equipment at your desk chair, I can show you that virtually. It just depends on your level of physicality. I typically say to have one session in person because I look at people's posture and their feet. But yes, I always say if you can do something at your desk chair or in your standing, I have my foot wakers here that you can use also when you're at your chair.
Yeah. So, and how do you see this? How does it help with stress or recovery? Something a lot of our listeners are entrepreneurs. So I'm sure they have stress.
Well, if you're driving, or if you're stressed out and you want a simple way to take 10 minutes a day to feel better, just doing a simple hamstring stretch, or just to take a couple minutes a day just to like do some deep breathing. And then not everyone likes to meditate, including myself, and
it's hard.
And so I find this is like meditation in motion. Like you could be on a phone call with someone and using the foot wakers. So I know you physically can't see them, but if you're listening to podcasts, but they're these they're these gold little nubbies, and they're really good for working the acupressure points. You can also use them on your hands. So if you're at the computer or if you're somewhere and you're typing a lot. So anyone who's an entrepreneur knows how to be resourceful. So say like if you work at a co-working space and they have a gym, which is a space that I've kind of been wanting to get into because
that would be interesting.
They need this kind of work, and it's just new. So it's been around for probably 30 years, but people just don't know what it is. And other modalities are kind of like similar, but they're just maybe better marketed.
Right.
They're very niche, but all the balls are pretty much easy to use. Most of the time you start with one or two, you learn the routines. And I suggest clients like go on my YouTube page if they want more information, or if they're confused about if I taught them something and they want to learn afterwards. But whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work a corporate job, taking time throughout the day just to stretch and do a little bit.
Yeah.
And even just taking your leg in front of you and just reaching down your leg if you don't have a ball. Like, just stretch your leg out and like point and flex your toe and just do like little thing. And even like piriformis, like taking your leg and crossing it on top of your knee. You don't have to have a ball with you at your desk, or have a set, or you can have the equipment because it makes it better. Have a set, have a pair at your office, and then have a set at home. I know it might be a little more like, okay, might need to get more than one set, but have them with you in your work bag. There's the amount of people that have work bags. So they're really small. The little black balls, they're actually good because you can throw them in your bag. You just got to make sure you keep them somewhere where your colleagues can't steal them.
Okay, well, thank you. This is all like really helpful wellness tips. Now I want to kind of shift over to like, obviously you're an entrepreneur, you've built this personal brand as a movement and mobility specialist, right? But how would you kind of describe like your personal brand? What's that journey been like?
So I kind of called myself the stretching and mobility specialist in Tampa, and there are a lot of other mobility coaches in the area, people that do similar things. And so what separates me is taking like the individual time to ask people what's going on in their body, what they're dealing with, like just being personal and understanding that I'm only one person, and building a brand and getting yourself out there is out there. Like I've got myself on the news to get my work out in the community, and I wrote a book called Stretching with Emily, and I've just been resourceful. Like I've bootstrapped. I've spent a little money on like miscellaneous marketing stuff, but I've just reached out to people in the community, like Cindy Edwards. She's someone I'm grateful for, the people that have given me my start. Like someone that say, hey, I know I'm willing to, hey, here's this person, she's starting this modality, and let's give her a shot for TV. I realize, so that's the branding part of it, is sometimes I really have to pay for segments, which is something I'm looking into doing like for future. But I'm the only person really in the area that does the assisted stretching work, and it's really good just because it's for longevity wise. So
Interesting. Okay. So what have been like some key milestones or turning points that have helped you build your platform?
Well, the biggest milestone, I don't want to switch this, but during COVID, it was really everything shut down. And a lot of people I know in my field, they closed their businesses, and I say pivoted, but I offered a lot of work virtual and was doing Zoom lessons, was doing Skype sessions with people. I never I had people in different states. I had a client of mine in Maryland. I had someone in Naples. Here's the equipment, set up the call, and I set up the session. I mailed the equipment, and also the lady
Yeah.
in Winter Park who I did several sessions with her. So if you're a physically active person and you want to be fit, you can do this. But the biggest milestone was just, it was back in 2018. I hired a life and business coach. Her name's Dara Fischetti. I've definitely,
That's huge. Hiring a coach.
Yeah, and I've had different coaches. And the biggest thing is learning how to really be confident and making sure you're working on your brand, speaking your truth, getting out in the community, and getting, like, my goal of I want to write a book. I don't think the average person, even if it's a short book, it's still something. And I go back and I look at it like, Emily, why aren't you pulling things out of this to share with the world? So having a life coach, having a business coach, and really understanding that you have value, what you're doing is good for the community. But we all get discouraged. I definitely have had moments of whether I know you can proceed in doing something. So, but yeah, I wouldn't say it was the biggest milestone of just figuring out how I can make this, how I can stick with this, aside from the competition that's out there. So,
right. Yeah. Separating yourself. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously there's a lot of people that are like fitness influencers, right? They're using Instagram and TikTok. And you mentioned, how important it is to know your own brand, but how do you stay authentic and, make sure that you're staying true to yourself?
So I stay true to my work. I don't believe in sugarcoating things. And if I just putting content out there that is important and resonates with people. When I mean sugarcoating, I mean that I'm going to talk about, okay, you're using your phone and you're not using your phone properly, and you're going to get turtleneck because from bad posture. So it's just a matter of like connecting with people in the community. I definitely have a couple influencers or other practitioners in my field that I follow that I do admire. So it's definitely has its challenges because imposter syndrome comes in, and you think someone is better than you because they know how to do Instagram reels or they know how to put content out there. But just educating people, making it simple. It's definitely a challenging landscape, and there are other people that may have stronger presence, or they have someone else helping them with their platform or helping them with the behind the scenes work. So I would say putting content out there I take probably an hour a day, and if I have a video and I have to edit it and posting it and the words and whatnot. So I do use AI for some stuff, but I try not to use it as much. So.
Yeah, as a tool, right?
It's a tool, but I really
entire personality.
Yeah. So.
Well, so that's a good segue to talking a little about like the business side of things, right? So obviously like you're a solopreneur, what is the movement, right? The fitness piece, but how do you manage the business side of things?
So it's a really challenging question because I've not having a natural business background. So I do my best to create like a seamless experience with people. It's not easy being a one-woman show. It's just not. Some days I'm like, I need an assistant. I do. And so I make sure to stay organized, and I kind of have a general system of booking people. I have a Calendly link that people booking appointments. I have Square. I just in the process of, even though I'm catching up with the times, making it a seamless experience for someone that wants to book an appointment. So someone was listening to this and they wanted to book a session. I have a Calendly link that, and say I'm old school, but just do it that way. And I require like 24 hours notice. Hey, if you book an appointment, I need 24 hours notice if you cancel, because it's my business. So
of course you have to.
And I think that the one thing that's actually helped me, because I do a lot of networking in the community and going out and wanting to partner with other business owners, because I'm a stretching practitioner, it doesn't hurt to partner with other people that do something similar and see if there's a potential for a connection.
Mm-hmm.
That was my main thing. And then I use a digital business app called Blink that if I don't have a card on me, which I don't always have business cards on me, I just have someone scan it, but I make sure they scan the picture, they get their information. So I at least do that.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure to get, here's my information. And so it keeps a record. It's like someone else in the community is called Boop. She has a paid.
Yeah, I love Boop.
I don't use it for myself, but it's a great sales system. But I just use Blink because it's an easy thing to do. And I've actually shown it to people and they're like, wait, what is that? There's Blink, there's Link, there's different things, but it's helpful. And my business card is on it. So that's been helpful for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about other practitioners or professionals that are also kind of in your boat, right? They're trying to stand out in a saturated space. Like, what advice would you give to them?
Well, it's tough because when you have the stretch places, which they're out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're good for some people. They're good. Like the stretch places, they have their place, but
yeah,
they're kind of limited when it comes to like what they can cover. Like it's good for the everyday mojo who wants to get work done, but if you want like a personalized service and you want to get help from someone that actually has experience and has done the certifications, then you should come see someone that does personalized like stretching work. But to answer your question, I just want to mention that because there are 6 or 8 different stretch people in Tampa, and finding a way to stand out it's okay. But what I would tell someone who's trying to stand out is be resourceful and being open to partnerships and collaborating is just something that's important. And I'm open to partnering with a chiropractor or a yoga studio or someone that does acupuncture or in an adjacent field, because there's room for everyone, and no person cannot fix by one thing.
Right.
So it's like I don't know about your personal experience or what what your personal like self-care is for you. So I don't.
I'm obsessed with self-care. It's like it takes a lot of my time and energy and effort, which is good.
Yeah, so it really just being open, and even anyone who's listens to this or wants to reach out to me, I do like use Instagram, I use Facebook, and you can reach out to me and connect with me in that matter. But I'm pretty open-minded, but I'm very much aware of people who have built their following, who have built their thing, and they covet their clients, and they've worked hard to build those clients. So I understand people's perspectives from that standpoint. Like people that have studios, people that have established practices, and they've done the work to build their thing in the community. So I just think it's a two-way street. Like you've built your community, we're offering something that's similar that will help your people. Like I'm not here to take your business. Like it should be. Yeah, we all want to help each other. So
yeah, right. Collaboration for sure.
Collaboration, yeah.
So what's been the biggest challenge you faced in building your business?
Well, biggest challenge I would say even now is because I know where like the wellness market and where people are spending their money. I think I want to connect with a certain audience. I just don't always know where they are. Maybe I do know, and it's not right in front of me. But they're really, for a while, like I was busy and I was seeing a lot of clients and customers, and then things shifted. So I've really just started like reaching out to studios and saying, hey, I went and got my $200 yoga certification because I want to collaborate with other like pop-up events in Tampa to connect with people, like setting up vendor tables or doing pop-ups and whatnot. It's like I love my work, but it's I wouldn't say it's my full-time job. I like it to be, and I do like a couple of like jobs like on the side. But my passion of connecting with people and understanding the market and connecting with people, anyone who has a connection. I use LinkedIn. I use Alignable. There's a couple of different platforms that I utilize to connect with people. I go to classes in the community, and so yeah, just try to be a giver. Try to give more than you take. So if you wanted to do a little session with me as a being thankful, I don't mind. Self-care. I actually have a self-care neon sign in my house.
I want that.
Yeah, it needs to get hung up. It's been sitting. Yeah. I want to put it up with like some green shrubbery on the back of it, but I bought it from a little smoke shop in Tampa that isn't open anymore. But it's a cute little sign. It says self-care. So that's definitely a challenge of it's the landscape of I'm a personal trainer, but I also do stretching and I also do mat Pilates and then connecting to people. So not really being a super business savvy person and understanding that people go to certain people for different reasons. Like people go to a studio within 10 minutes of their house, or you're in South Tampa and they want what's convenient. So yeah, I guess it's more just being other competitors that are kind of in the same field as me. And it's just easy to get discouraged when people have better social media platforms or their certain things look better, but you don't even know if it looks better from what you see on the internet. So
yeah, and it's all about perspective.
Yeah, it is all about perspective. So
yeah. Well, then how do you personally manage stress and stay grounded? I mean, sometimes it's like one of those things that's easier to tell other people and help them navigate it. So how do you make sure that you're also?
Well, I think it's just knowing what your stresses are. As someone who I've dealt with a lot of anxiety like throughout childhood and adulthood. I guess some people experience it more than others, and knowing how to stay calm, like take like supplements, I take walks, but I've always I use my foot wakers whenever I need hey, I'm getting up, I need 5 minutes of grounding, I'm gonna go stand on my little gold nubby half balls and just dance, or just walk outside and walk on the grass barefoot, or just listening to Jay Shetty on Calm. I'm sure how many of us use the Calm app or go on Insight Timer, or I just go. I know when I'm like, okay, I need to go calm myself down. I'll go roll on my ball, or I'll do a simple, just go meditate. It was not. I'm a pretty high energy person, so getting me to be chill, not call it a project, but I've had to learn how to be chill, Emily.
Yeah,
because I'm a dancer. I like to move. But,
yeah, right.
But what I like about the Yamana method is that once you're doing the work, and you can have music on in the background, because I like listening to meditation when I'm doing it. You just get in the zone, and I'll realize, 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I've been doing. So you almost have to put it. So I like to do the work myself. I have other practitioners that I am. She has an online library. She's in Sarasota. Her name's Diane Glass. She and I follow her. I have a subscription to her. Her online library as a practitioner, and I go on and I'll watch her routines and her stuff, and so I can keep up with the work myself. But I have a couple really good videos on YouTube. There's one actually really good. I made it. It's about working in your hips. So I've made a lot of pretty good YouTube videos, but it's mostly with the ball work, but anyone can do their own self-stretching work. The thing that people don't want to hold a stretch for too long. So I'll stretch myself and be like, wait, Emily. So I'm more attentive to it when I'm doing it on my own, because when I'm with other people. So when I'm stretching someone else, I'm kind of I'm in the zone, I'm focusing on them. But when I stretch myself, I'm like, okay, well, we're taking the time. We're going to take 20, 30 minutes. I know an hour seems like a long time for some people, but people go to the gym for an hour.
Yeah, exactly. I know different hours, so yeah.
That's if I go to the gym, someone's going to be with me and tag along, so I actually enjoy it.
Right.
It's funny. The gym can be. It's just the time of day. So every gym is different, but it's more about
for sure.
knowing what you're doing and knowing how you're going for the experience and whatnot. So, but the gym is Sorry.
Yeah, what's next for Roll for Fitness? Anything exciting coming up?
So what I want to do is I'm planning to offer group stretch classes in the community, and we'll plan to have them at my house. Like I have limited space. Like I have a backyard at my house that I can do classes out of, and I can also do them like in the community at your space, but they'll be limited. And just I live in Seminole Heights, and people want to go local, and so I have I'm planning to offer group classes at my home and to get people outside. Just remember to bring bug spray and water as it's hot outside. Yeah,
I know.
But just the plan to get out in the community more and to connect with other spaces that are open to collaborating and bringing in other modalities. So.
Okay, so where can listeners follow along then? Maybe connect with you online.
I have a Instagram page. It's Stretch with Emily, and
nice.
Yeah, my Facebook page. It's Roll for Fitness.
Okay.
Yeah. So Facebook page.
Love that. I'll put that in the show notes as well.
Yes.
So. Well, perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. So with that, we conclude another episode of The Thought Garden. So if you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and of course, social media for more inspiring stories and actionable insights. And if you have a story to share or know someone who does, you can reach out to us at rosarium.work or on our socials. And we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on The Thought Garden.